Just when you thought it was safe to go back on YouTube, comes another product review video. Guys, I know this is not what you asked for, but this is Tim with Revere Resource Group. I just wanted to kind of introduce myself and kind of what we're going to be doing here. Kind of pulling this out my ass, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Wait, I gotta wait to cuss on YouTube. So what we're going to be doing here is kind of just talking about some ins and outs of some stuff that I've experienced as my time as a wildland firefighter with U.S. Forest Service and as an Army Ranger in 2nd Ranger Battalion, as well as just a general camping and outdoors enthusiast myself. We're going to be going over just some water purification methods and some water storage considerations. And today we're going to be working with the Cana Provisions kit. And full disclosure, I don't have any relationship with Cana other than Zach is a good friend of mine through Darcy. And I've been very, very fortunate from the get-go with that guy to get some really awesome products and take a look at them and kind of give my opinion on them and see where they kind of might fit for you and what your needs are. So we talk about water like it's a commodity that's kind of always available to us. I personally live in the desert in the Southwest United States, and if there's anything that will get people fired up if it gets shut off, it's water. We don't have streams and rivers and lakes at our disposal like other parts of the country do. So whether I'm camping out in the Sierras or if I'm camping out in the Mojave Desert, you know, my water is going to be the most important of the things that I need to take into consideration for my planning and for everything really. Generally speaking, you're gonna need a lot of water, even for one person, even if you're just camping or hiking, right? And a lot of people like to use various things like their Camelbacks and Nalgene bottles, like we have a couple of different ones to look at right here. But when we talk about, you know, storage of water at like our camp spots, we have a bunch of different options available to us. Here I have an Igloo 6-gallon or 24 quarts or 22 liters for all you non-moon landing countries out there. That's awesome. It's super cheap. It's not an expensive jerry can. And I like to fill that thing up and just throw it in the back of my 4Runner. My favorite long-term storage solution is these water cubes. I've got about 12 of them. Water Brick is who makes these guys. They're very stackable. They have little areas here that they kind of run into channels and don't like to rock around, and they stay kind of in place. I keep these in my garage at all times filled. These are awesome for real quick on the go. They're 3.5 gallons. You just grab them, throw them in the back of your truck, and there's a spout that you can attach to this to make getting water in your canteens super, super easy. Another option that I've been messing around with recently is this water can from Dometic. I'm not gonna tell you how much it costs because I can't believe I spent this much money on a water container, but it's pretty nice so at the end of the day. Again, it's got a spout and it's got a bunch of different options where you can siphon and funnel water out of here. And I've been using the Cana Provisions sticker that's on, that came in the kit that Zach sent me as a way that I can take notes, specifically like, hey, when I got the water filled and what I've done for treatment to it, so we don't double up many of our water treatment efforts. Because there is a point of diminishing returns where you can actually start to cause some negative health and side effects by putting too much water treatment into one of your containers. Another tool that I like to use, and this is great for backpacking because when they're empty you can just fold them right up and stow them with relative ease, is one of these 4-liter MSR dromedaries. These things are awesome. I tend to keep one that is for treated water and one that's for non-treated water, and I never want to mix them up. But when I'm out there camping and if I've got like a body of water or a stream moving nearby, I'll just dump this thing in, fill it up, bring it back to camp, and then use this as like one of my ways to shuttle water. Sorry, there's spider webs all over this place. Different options for different utility, different uses. There's not a real perfect solution for water storage and transportation that I've found. There's just a lot of really good ones and some ones that could be better, really. Whenever you're packing and you're planning for whether it's a overlanding adventure or some tactical Timmy shit at the range or Darcy for like the Tusk class, planning for what you need and for what the needs of others is going to take some time. It's going to take some consideration. It's going to take fine tuning. We can watch videos on YouTube until we're blue in the face, but if you don't go outside and actually try this stuff out and give it a run and see where your weak points are and where your friction areas are, you're just going to be spinning your wheels and spending unnecessary amounts of money on things that you never use or you just don't need. And I've done that quite a bit throughout the years, and I'm trying to help however I can to minimize that experience for you. So what comes in the kit from Cana Provisions? Well, it comes wrapped up in a Preparedness Systems, a small wonton. These wontons are awesome. I've got a bunch of them in various sizes, and they have 1,000,001 uses. And Zach was kind enough to add the little glow in the dark tabs for me. So as we open this up, it comes with a few different items. It has a personal water purification tablet set, a personal water decon kit, and a personal rehydration kit. Now all these have various utilities and they're all unique to themselves. The hydration kit's going to be full of a lot of rehydration, electrolytes, and packets of that sort. So as we are running and gunning throughout the day, you know, we're sweating a lot and we're not just losing water, we're also flushing out nutrients either in our urine or through our perspiration. So having one of these on hand is an awesome addition to like my aid bag for both myself or any potential patients I might be running into that are in my group. The water purification tablets kit, it needs to be known that this is not your first go-to, and it shouldn't be treated as your first line in defense. This is kind of an oh shit kit, right? If you're a pilot, this would be something that I would stuff down in, you know, your flight suit, and God forbid you have to egress from your airplane. This is obviously a great SEER tool. Wildland firefighters, I would encourage you guys to look at these as well. You're out there fighting fire, cheating death, doing God's work, and you're starting to run out of water because it's hot, and you're running saws, and you're whacking and cracking and getting elbows and asses out there. This is going to help kind of bridge that gap for you if, God forbid, you run out of water, but you're fortunate enough to be in an area that has steady flowing streams and rivers. The personal decon kit, again, there's some really good videos that are out there with Adam from Preparedness Systems and Zach from Cana Provisions going into the deep end on this stuff a lot better than I'm going to be able to do today. The decon kit is going to be basically exactly that. It's going to help decon your water, but if you have like a cut, if you have nasty injuries on your fingers, you start introducing germs into that by putting your hands in some of these water sources. And so there's little tools that are available into this that'll help keep your hands clean and help you do a little bit more in-depth treatment for any of your water. Yeah, so again, this is not meant to be your first go-to for taking care of your water needs out in the environment. That would typically be anything like iodine tablets or these Aquamiras that are totally actually in my hand right now. Those would be what I'm going to use first to treat my water out in austere environments. Again, I would highly encourage you to go watch some of the Cana Provision videos that are on YouTube right now. Dirty Civilian did an awesome video with Zach recently, and I'd highly, highly encourage you to go watch, and they get a lot more into this. But one thing to consider is we're treating the water here, we also need to treat the threads of our water containers, right? So when I'm adding Aquamira tabs to this or iodine tabs, I'm going to turn it upside down with this still full of water and slightly unscrewed so that treated water can start making its way through those threads, because even if you clean all of this water and this stuff is still doo-doo stuff, you're going to get sick. One thing that Cana Provisions also offers, and I think these are awesome tools, are these water cards. These cards come as individuals, or you can buy them as a set. What's nice about these is that they come just packed full of information. All the thinking has been done for you. Zach and the guys at Cana absolutely crushed this and knocked it out of the park. There's information for 3.5 gallons, 5.3 gallon jerry cans, 1 liter, 1 gallon. I mean, you name it. There's a ton of information on these cards. And what's nice is they're not flimsy whatsoever. They are pretty darn hardy. They're pretty sturdy. And most importantly, they're going to be waterproof. So as you're out there getting your hands in mud and water and kind of milling around, you're not going to start to degrade these over time. There's also nice ones that are just for notes and note taking. And it's really important to write down what you're doing with these, with the water as you're treating it. You know, marking one, who treated the water, what you treated it with, how much of it you treated it with, or how much treatment did you use rather. That continuity of information doesn't get broken. It's not uncommon for people to sit there and see, oh, there's water in here. I'm assuming that it's good to drink. Is it? Are you sure? So that's what's nice to have these little things from Cana that you can add. I mean, you can also just put it on a piece of duct tape, right? And write that information on that way. But Zach and the guys did a great job at just breaking all of this down for you. And then of course, some of these cards are going to have information about the water treatment solutions themselves, Aquamira, Aquatabs, iodine, and so on. So I would highly encourage you to consider grabbing a couple of these from canaprovisions.com, because it's not just going to be you out there. You can just hand one of these cards and hand one of these jugs to somebody and they can figure it out. And of course, last but not least, what comes in this kit is going to be from Austere Medicine Consultants. Full disclosure, I'm a partner with them for making informational videos. But we have the minor incident kit, and then we have the OTC field kit. The minor incident kit is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's for minor incidents, right? It's not tourniquets and it's not Hemcon, bandages and chest seals. It's Band-Aids and gauze pads and non-adherent bandages. And then the OTC field kit, what's really nice about this is it's full of medicine, all right? So this is gonna have some like pain relief meds. There's gonna be some allergy meds, some topical creams for rashes, chafing, any of those kind of like minor burns, but also, because we're talking about water, gastrointestinal medicines, right? So if anyone's ever been doing the Aztec two-step out in the woods long enough, they are gonna appreciate 4 milligrams of Imodium. So I would grab a couple of those as well. I keep them in my truck, I keep them in my hunting bag, and I keep them in my aid bag actually to help supplement and augment what I'm doing with that. So to kind of summarize the field sustainment kit from Cana, so to kind of wrap this up, the field sustainment kit from Cana Provisions is awesome. I would highly encourage you to take a look at grabbing one of these for your personal use. If you're a wildland firefighter, taking a look at these maybe for your crew buggies or your fire engines as an additional piece of kit to augment your already big and more exhaustive medical bags. These things can be grabbed at canaprovisions.com, and Zach will get these things zipped out to you pretty quickly. We're going to continue to make some educational videos from time to time on various topics. Let us know in the comments section what's something you might be interested in hearing us cover. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody. Please be good to each other. Be good to yourself, especially. And don't let the bastards get you down. We'll be seeing you guys pretty soon.